How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of a hopeful double IPA hopeful goodness in the form of Grimm Brewing. This is Get Back in Your Body. This is a double IPA, covered at 8% alcohol by volume. Keep cold, drink now. And this be just a skosh over a month old. Yeah, comes courtesy of my boy, Kyle from Brooklyn, Kyle from the BK. Yeah, we'll see what's what. So yeah, he sent me a bunch of Grimm stuff. It actually took me a bit to get through it, all of them actually. That's how much Grimm stuff he put in. This is the last of the bunch. So we'll see how this one fares. As far as can art goes, it's cool. It's kind of hippie psychedelic shit, and I can get down with that. As far as the beer goes, I'm not going to lie to you. This is kind of a specific coloration that really makes me happy. Because it's not going to be thick or soupy, but I also don't think it's going to be super, based off the look, not going to be super sweet. Maybe a little bit of dryness, maybe a little bit of West Coast restiness. I don't know. But it's not that super thick, turbid, soupy stuff. Now, I can get down with that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo on it. But I kind of want something a little bit lighter. It's a little bit humid out, a little bit hot. Let's dive in. Cheers. I forgot to do the nose. Oh, man, I don't remember the last time I forgot to do that. Let's do it anyway, even though I tasted it already. That's fun, actually. Doing it in reverse order. It actually tastes kind of like it smells, but the smell is less than the beer, which was always a positive. So I'm sure I would have enjoyed that. It definitely has a West Coast kind of vibe to it. It leans west. A little bit of resinous on the nose, a little bit of orange peel kind of vibe going on there, a little bit of sweet, soft, kind of watered down fruit juiciness done. And when you actually dive into the taste, everything gets ramped up. That West Coast really ekes out. There's a bigger resinous characteristic to it. Big pine, little bit of resin sap, stuff like that kind of comes to a head. That fruit juiciness, again, a little bit less watered down. Not necessarily a fruit juice from concentrate, kind of 2x4 to the face of flavor, but it's definitely bigger. It comes off crisp and clean for a hazy. It comes off that way. I know it's kind of blasphemy to even say that for a beer that looks like that. And it's really tasty. Honestly, it's exactly what I thought it would be based off of the initial pour and exactly what I wanted it to be. Now, how much of that is me pushing or hoping it into a specific direction, I don't know. All I know is it's goddamn tasty. It's an East Coast IPA with heavy West Coast influences, or New England style IPA, I should say, with heavy West Coast influences, and it's done in a really tasty, really well done fashion that, honestly, it's one of my favorite ones I've ever had in this specific subgenre of that style. I mean, just the way it uses those West Coast kind of resinous vibes and wraps it into an East Coast drinkable hazy. Not a lot of people do it well. A lot of people try it. They just don't fucking pull it off. Grimm's pulled it off here. It seems to be a bit of a trend with some of the beers that I've gotten on this kind of trip. And it's oddly enough, I posted a couple pictures of the ones I did, and people are like, I'm not a big fan of that one. I'm like, oh, I think you're fucking crazy. I'm kind of curious to see what happens when I post a picture of this, see what people say about it. Somebody's like, oh, kind of let me down. And be like, well, because you were probably expecting New England style soup haze, and you got West Coast and East Coast at the same time, son. Yeah. Well, you got to be rappers, man. You got to have beef with the West Coast, East versus West. No, we all got to get along, man. Is what it is. Anyway, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had as late? Yeah, not overly complicated by any stretch of the imagination. Resinous West, citrus East, a little bit of soft, sultry haze that comes off crushable, drinkable, at the same time crisp and clean. Kind of ticking a lot of boxes that I really dig about beer in general. So yeah, eking towards the top, if not getting up there. Quite up there. Bag availability, no idea. It's Grimm, it's Brooklyn. I'm assuming it's $20 to $25 a 4-pack. Let me know what's what, Kyle. And brewery only, maybe. I know some Grimm stuff gets out. Well, right now, during COVID, everything gets out. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like hazies, if you like West Coast, you like East Coast, you ain't got that beef going. You like some hazy in your life. Not afraid of a little resinous bitterness. Does not suck. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little East West Coast hazy. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.